France, his support for other nationalist groups to spin off of the EU. He may politically be trying, and this is what Frank Ford talks about, trying to break up a united Europe bit by bit by bit. He stayed away from American politics, but now maybe getting involved in American politics.
Well, he's enjoying some success, isn't he, if that's his goal? Because Western Europe is already fractured because of immigration. The Russians are all over this thing technologically. I mean, they're all over it. If you talk to people in the State Department, I mean, they are fearful every day of the Russians hacking into systems. They hacked into the White House system.
And let me just say this. Mitt Romney was widely mocked by me and many others in 2012 for saying that the Russians were the major geopolitical threat to America.
Way to go, Sam.
And increasingly, I was an idiot. And increasingly, he was looking smart and prescient. And I apologize to Mitt Romney. Jeez.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? So you've got Trump saying nice things about Putin. Putin has said nice things about Trump. You've got the suggestion that in Frank's email about, or Frank's writing about Trump having profited from Russia. You've got Trump last week saying that he's not totally committed to NATO, and that he might not support the nations in the Baltics if they were invaded by Russia, if they weren't paying their dues to NATO. And then you got Paul Manafort, who worked for the Russian-installed head of the Ukraine. So there are a lot of connections, circumstantial connections, but connections by this Putin-Trump axis. And now you have this maybe Russian-driven email leak on the eve of the Democratic Convention. This is like something out of fiction.
And then you have Donald Trump.
But really a compelling story.
And Mickey, I've got to put a bow on this. Then you have Donald Trump coming on our show, and a lot of people were retweeting this yesterday. Donald Trump coming on our show and talking about how great Vladimir Putin was and basically forgiving him, Putin, for assassinating journalists, and say, we kill a lot of people here, too. Even when the Soviet Union...
I'll never forget that.
Even when the Soviet Union was still intact, he was there cozying up to leaders in the Soviet Union and actually praising China for cracking down at Tiananmen Square.
China.
People really
in a way that Russia did not.
Is he going to be forced to release his tax returns?
No, he won't.
Break.
He won't, and it may be because of Russia.
But we should keep demanding them.
Yes,
every day.
Exactly.
This is amazing.
We have to go to break. By the way, the campaign manager, Robbie Mook, that you saw there, he's going to be on the show tomorrow. The Washington Post editorial board is out with a scathing non-endorsement of Donald Trump. Plus, the great Ed Rendell joins the table.